has suspended plans to ratify a trade deal with Beijing. At the same time, it is trying to revive stalled trade talks with New Delhi. So what is all of this about? In the next 3 minutes, we shall explore. Let's start with a neighbor. In December 2021, the European Commission announced plans to ratify the Comprehensive Agreement on Investment, or CAI, a proposed investment deal between the EU and China. As of April this year, this deal has not been signed. Then on Monday, the European Union Trade Commissioner indicated that the deal might never see the light of day. He said that all efforts to ratify the agreement had been put on hold. Why? Because the geopolitical environment is, quote unquote, not conducive to the deal's ratification. What is that supposed to mean? That there's growing animosity between the European Union and China. It started in the month of March, when the EU imposed sanctions on Chinese officials over human rights abuses against Uyghur Muslims in Xinjiang. China's response was tit for tat. It imposed its own sanctions on EU parliamentarians. And this put the deal on thin ice, as they're calling it. Some members of the European Parliament vowed never to ratify the deal. And now the EU Trade Commissioner's remarks have added more uncertainty to the deal's future. Let me quote from what has been said. The agreement needs to be legally reviewed and translated before it can be presented for adoption and ratification. Chinese retaliatory sanctions targeting members of the European Parliament are unacceptable. The prospects for ratification will depend on how the situation evolves. So where does India come in the picture? You see, India and the European Union have long held conversations on ways to enhance trade. A free trade pact was discussed way back in 2013, but the talks were put on hold. There were disagreements on technical issues like tariffs, patents, data security, and a whole lot of other things. Now, the two sides are looking to settle these differences. This Saturday, a summit will be held between EU leaders and the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. The aim will be to revive these stalled discussions. According to a draft summit statement, the two sides plan to, and I'm quoting, resume negotiations for a balanced, ambitious, comprehensive, and mutually beneficial trade agreement. The statement does not mention China, but its focus on certain values sounds like an allusion to Chinese abuses and its expansionist territorial claims. Let me quote again. Our partnership will promote a transparent, viable, inclusive, sustainable, comprehensive, and rules-based connectivity. We emphasize our commitment to free, open, and inclusive Indo-Pacific space, underpinned by respect for territorial integrity, sovereignty, democracy, and rule of law. They have left little to imagination. So is the Free Trade Pact a done deal? Well, we can't say that yet. It all depends on how the negotiations go this Saturday and going forward. But whatever the outcome is, one thing is for sure, the talks will largely hinge around the Indo-Pacific region. And when it comes to maintaining a stable, free and open Indo-Pacific, India is the world's best bet.